Hey guys, so let's talk about last night's episode of Scandal. Just right off the bat, let us talk about drunk Mellie, you guys. Bellamy Young was just on fire last night, you guys. She was so fantastic. Somebody give that woman an Oscar. And I know the Oscars are for movies. Whatever. She should get one because she was that good last night. So last night, Olivia got trapped in a room with a congressman and a crazy lady who had a bomb strapped to her. This lady, Mary Nesbitt, basically wants to find out why the FBI killed her son. She believes they murdered him and she wants an explanation, but her son's file has been classified and she can't get anyone to give her any details. She's basically at the end of her rope and has decided, like, no one's gonna listen to me, like, I'm gonna make you listen. And so she straps this bomb to herself and heads in to see her congressman. Olivia shows up and then they're all trapped together, basically. Meanwhile, her team is working, trying to figure out what really happened to this woman's son. And in the end, you guys, I really loved this part of the episode, that whole storyline and how it ended. It turned out that her son was a CIA agent and that he was working undercover in Al-Qaeda. He was basically so deep undercover, though, as a CIA agent that the FBI didn't know who he was. So when they found him, they ended up killing him, thinking that he was a terrorist. Turns out, though, that he's a hero, but his mom could never know that. And I thought that was so sad. You know, in the end, when Fitz is telling Olivia, like, look, this is the truth, but you can't tell her that. Because there are like 50 other agents that are undercover that worked with this guy who would all be compromised if she knew that. No one can know. And so in the end, Olivia has to tell her the official story, which is that her son was a terrorist and that's why he was killed. And it was just kind of sad because it's like this woman would never know that her son was really a hero. The whole like hostage situation was really tense. I loved the bit where Olivia realizes that they're going to send snipers in. And so she goes to the window and she pulls open the curtains and steps into the light. And you see all the little red dots all over her. And that's, of course, when Fitz realizes that she's in this room. And that, of course, changes his tactics a little bit. In the end, you know, this woman says that she's going to give herself up. And so the congressman and Olivia, they all go to leave. And as Olivia gets to the door, Mary Nesbitt, the woman with the bomb on her, she pushes Olivia out and closes the door. And you just get that she's going to kill herself because she thinks her son was a terrorist. And so she blows herself up. Now, throughout the day, nobody knows where Huck is at. You know, while Olivia's team is scrambling to figure out, you know, how to help her, Huck has gone missing. And of course, we know that he is trailing Papa Pope. He is trailing Command because he wants to kill him. In the end, though, Huck can't bring himself to kill him. And he realizes that Command still controls him. And so he really has to admit that to himself. There was this really like raw scene between him and Olivia at the end. She's just come from almost getting blown up. And then, you know, she has this confrontation with Huck and she's just like, did you kill my dad? Did you kill my father? And Huck tells her no and tells her, you know, like, I can't, like, he controls me. And so they're just weeping together and it was just really sad. There was a tiny bit about Operation Remington as we have this strange man try to force himself into the Oval Office. But Olivia's dad really ends up manipulating Huck into killing this guy. So that means we'll have to find out about Operation Remington from someone else. Once Olivia goes home at the end of the night, you know, Jake is there and she kind of freaks out, you know, at him. And it's just kind of like, why are you here? Why did my dad let you out? She really gets that her dad still controls her as much as he controls Huck, and that if Jake is out, her dad must want to use him for some reason. Jake says he doesn't know, he's just happy to be out of the hole. So I guess we will see what happens with that. I am not quite sure, you know, what Jake's purpose is gonna be. There was this really telling moment in the episode too, where you get that he is right in the middle of Olivia and Fitz. Fitz gets a phone call on the Olivia phone, and when he picks it up, of course he thinks it's her, but no, it's Jake. And Olivia has had Jake call him to ask him some question about the hostage situation. But I just thought it was such a symbol of the fact that he kind of stands in between the two of them. There were quite a few kind of symbolic moments in this episode. I loved the scene at the breakfast table when you had Fitz and Mellie and you have Cyrus screaming about something and baby Teddy is there, right? And the baby just has this look on his face the whole time, just kind of like, who are these people and what is going on? Mellie's trying to feed the baby while she's arguing with Fitz and with Cyrus. And as the conversation went on, it was like the baby just got messier and messier. And it just seemed like Teddy was such a symbol of their relationship and of the shambles, really, of their marriage. So let's talk about drunk Mellie, you guys. At the end of the night, after everything's over, you know, Fitz comes up to the residence, and Mellie is drunk and she's sitting at the table, and the two of them have this conversation that was just crazy. Mellie is celebrating, but Fitz says something to her like, I guess today didn't go like you would have wanted it to. You know, I bet you wish that Olivia had died, because then you could be done with her. Then Mellie's just like, are you kidding me? Like, no way. Like, if your whore, she keeps calling this woman a whore, which drives me insane. She's like, if your whore had died, basically you would have strung her up on a cross and you would have worshipped her. So Mellie was super excited that Olivia wasn't dead, because there's no way that she could compete with like religious fervor. And as long as Olivia is still alive, Olivia's your flaw, you know, like she's your Achilles heel, and she's the way that I control you. She's the way that I am going to win this war. It was a good episode, you guys. You know, I really want to find out about Operation Remington. I mean, because at this point we have basically gotten crumbs. We have no idea what it's all about. So I can't wait to find out more about that. Okay, you guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because I do Scandal reviews every single week, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.